Hey, what's going on everybody? It's ETAPRIME back here again. Today we're going to be checking out how well Starfield runs on the Steam Deck. And this has really been one of my big questions when it comes to this game because we didn't get really any confirmation if it would run at all on the Steam Deck. But it actually does, and keep in mind, I mean, this is day one early access, so it's only going to get better from here. I am using the experimental Proton version, and I have the Steam Deck fully updated. Valve has pushed a few updates to fix GPU crashes, specifically with this game, since it launched a few hours ago at the time of making this video. But I'm really surprised. I mean, this is definitely a big game. Even on higher-end GPUs, it's been struggling at, higher resolutions, 4K and everything like that. Of course, with the Steam Deck, we're not working with a very powerful CPU or iGPU here, and we've got to keep it at low, but it will run at 30 FPS, and it's not a bad experience. Really surprised here. So along with using the experimental Proton version with the Steam Deck, I've also gone in and turned everything to low from the settings. I mean, that's really what we have to do here. I've also got the frame rate locked at 30 FPS. It does seem to perform quite well at 30, and you will get some dips under, but again, it's still very, very early, and I could definitely see this be a really smooth experience in the future at 30 FPS, and we might even be able to take some of these settings up to around medium. So yeah, here it is, Starfield running on the Steam Deck at 30 FPS. I've got the performance overlay up top so we can see what's going on, and I have seen it dip down every once in a while. I saw it go down to around 16 when there was a lot on screen. But so far, I've actually been having a pretty decent time with it here. Now, it would definitely be nice to be able to run this at 60 FPS on the Steam Deck, but I don't think we're ever going to get to 60. 40 is definitely possible, just seeing the kind of performance day one right now. And of course, where my character is right now, there's not a lot going on, so I do want to move over somewhere we have some enemies. And I also want to show you some space travel, because in Starfield, you will spend a lot of time battling in space and traveling in space. So let's go ahead and get in the ship and move on up. I've been testing Starfield on a lot of different devices, and in space I always get great performance because there's not a lot going on. Even with battles, you should get 30 FPS here with the Steam Deck, so let's go ahead, get back on the ground, and find some enemies. Alright, here it is. We've got some enemies up ahead, and we are kind of in a corridor area. This is an old abandoned mine outpost, I believe. So we'll move up, and yeah, there's definitely something here. Turn my flashlight on. But at 30 FPS, 720p on the Steam Deck, Starfield really isn't that bad. Now, there is one area I kind of struggled with, and that was actually on the ship. There's smaller text on the ship controls, and at these lower resolutions, it is a bit hard to read, especially with FSR. But if you get used to where everything is, you don't even need to read that text anymore, and you could definitely play it on this handheld. Very surprised by the performance here. I mean, day one. This is early access day one, so I believe there's like 5 more days left before everybody can start playing this if you didn't buy like the premium edition or something like that. And I'm sure by then we will see a little boost in performance, whether it comes from Valve or like Proton GE. I have tested Proton GE 8.13, and I was seeing about the same performance here, but again, Proton Experimental, at least at the time of making this video, is the way to play this. I've also been testing Starfield out on the ROG Ally, and if you're familiar with that handheld, you know it has a more powerful APU than the Steam Deck. We are getting better performance, but I think I need to wait a day or maybe just a few hours until we get a patch, because I have been running into a lot of crashing with it. So hopefully that's fixed, and I will have a video coming up. But until then, yeah, I mean, Starfield is actually playable on the Steam Deck. I will have a couple more Starfield videos coming up. I've got a lot of devices that I want to test this on. And if we see any major improvement before launch with the Steam Deck, I'll post it in my community section. And, if it's notable enough, I will make another video. If there's any device you want to see this game running on, just let me know in the comments below. And like always, thanks for watching.